from everybody. Hey!
Drum roll!
What's up?
Can you
Oh, I
show
like
your?
that.
Please show your face, Randy. I'm dying over
Okay,
here.
all right. Well, hold on. We're doing a thing. So we got a lot of things.
Is that how we're gonna
Jesus.
start when Randy's just like he's gonna do his and just undo his video?
We got a lot of things and stuff to talk about today. But first thing and stuff is why my camera is not on. And I told the boys during the week that I have a surprise for them, and I'm going to reveal it now.
If he shaved. Hold on.
Bro, no, don't tell me.
Don't tell me.
I'm just getting.
Oh! He's barely the bearded ginge now.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Right?
Dude.
Oh my god. I shaved and it froze everything.
Dude.
There it is.
Randy.
You
It
broke
looks good, man.
Discord.
Right?
I
Thanks,
think that
man.
looks really good.
Hell yeah,
Yeah.
brother.
Yeah, man.
Holy
Thanks.
I was not expecting that, Joe. Why didn't you mention
We
that
discovered
earlier?
I have a neck.
What?
I wanted to save the
Dude,
surprise.
look at that. Look
Oh
at
my
that
God.
chin. The chin's so defined now. Holy, I haven't
Yeah,
seen your
I
neck
have a
before,
chin
Randy.
and a neck.
Chiseled
Oh, God.
chin.
This is crazy.
I turned my video on and it broke
Everyone
everything.
is frozen.
Yeah, me too.
They're
man.
frozen for
Sick.
me too.
I'm
Yeah.
not frozen.
I broke them.
Randy seriously broke it.
Randy, can you even hear
LOL.
us?
Randy, you broke.
This is great.
You broke the internet.
Damn.
I broke the internet
Like literally, you broke the
by
internet.
shaving my beard off.
Yep.
Oh my god. That's crazy.
This is amazing.
Oh wait, there. Randy's
We're all good.
okay.
Maybe
I
we
think
just
we're all
can't
back.
react.
Are we good?
Yeah.
Joe's just sitting really still.
Joe's like,
No, he's moving. All right.
Yeah, no.
Dude.
All right, did we unbreak the internet now?
looks like it.
I think
Okay.
we're good.
I forgot what I was going to talk about now. It was
Nope.
Randy. I'm just kidding.
Wow.
Randy, now you just need a
All
cool
right,
haircut.
so I know. It looks sexy.
no,
I got a haircut.
You need like a style.
Dude,
Then
oh,
you
yeah.
get all the ladies
Well,
crawling
we'll
to you.
see. We'll see. We got
the
one
hard
step
part,
at a
bro.
time. I will say I got some different looks at the gym the last couple days. So
Hey.
Nice.
Maybe
Wait,
not
this
bad
homeless man's not
change.
homeless? What?
no.
This
And the
homeless
shirt
man
helps,
actually
too.
has a
No.
gym
Has
a
subscription. He
razor?
doesn't just
You
show
know
up
if
here.
they yeah.
He's not using it just for,
Oh,
for the
shit.
showers? What?
Oh.
I'm confused. Anyway. Hey, Randy. Nice shirt, dog.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Shirt's
Oh,
looking
yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Do we still have some shirts?
Hey.
We
What?
still have some
Third
shirts.
wall.
You still got shirts.
Yeah.
Fourth wall. Third wall.
Buy the
Small,
shirts.
small and larges.
Fourth wall.
Cool. Anyway,
One of the walls.
now that the internet has been unbroken, you look good.
Sorta.
We've established that you look
Thank you.
good. Which
Specimen.
has never been established before. Because
Oh, we do have to realize that there are people who aren't actually watching this right now and that
No.
are only listening and are probably very confused.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you.
Ah,
Randy.
facts.
We'll just
Explain-
delete this
explain
part,
to
so
them.
this will be like a special feature just for people who watch the video.
Yeah.
Dude.
So if you're just listening, Jared's mind is blown. If you guys are just listening right now, I shaved my beard.
I'm kind of
very
kind of
short.
attracted to Randy. I'm not gonna lie.
Bro, what
I'm getting a lot. I am getting a lot of light from the sun over here.
You're mine.
What?
Yeah.
I thought you were being serious.
Have
for
I
a second.
interrupted the bromance?
I was like, oh, bro, I'm just kidding.
Chris is gonna have to grow a beard now to compete.
I can't.
You look. I didn't
Oh,
think you
man.
looked old before, but you do look younger.
Yeah, no, I think so.
You look
I had
like
a
a
few people tell
sexy
me I look older.
lumberjack.
I'm like, I understand.
Like, you look like the person the MILF hires to come chop wood.
Oh shit!
Oh my god.
Okay, there's the line.
chop some
red
wood.
and
There's the
black
line. We found it.
There it
Yeah,
is.
There it is.
Yep.
Crossed it. All
Yeah,
right.
so you
What are
cut
we
like
talking
what,
about today,
7
boys?
inches off of your beard? I don't know how long your beard was. It was glorious though.
8 inches.
Dang,
All 8 inches.
Wow.
that's crazy.
Stop
took all
trying
8
to
inches.
compensate, dude. We all in twos average. It's okay.
All right.
Who cares?
That's 2 sex jokes right there.
All right.
So I'll stop.
Innuendos.
I think that two is a lot for the intro.
All right.
We haven't even started yet.
Agreed.
What are we talking about today, Randy?
All right. So today we're going to talk about what would you tell your teenage self? Chris, what would you tell your teenage self?
Thanks a lot, Bill Bro Baggins. I got some ideas on this, right?
Hey, that's gonna tie into one of my stories.
Right.
Ooh.
My biggest thing, I've learned a lot through my years of wisdom, all 27 of them. Don't be afraid to leave your comfort zone. If I could go back to my teenage self before I moved to Delaware and all that shit, Like, don't be afraid to get out of your comfort zone because you're going to grow so much and you're going to actually enjoy it. And life opens up, and the experiences you get, you would never thought you'd be here. Like, I never thought I'd be in Nebraska, ever. Here I am. And I never knew you guys. And I left my comfort zone, and here I am. So it's cool. That's my biggest thing. And I think, like, a lot of people can relate to that. I mean, unless you're Randy, just never left home. But, you know.
Shut up.
So now, what do you consider to be your comfort zone, though? Is it just your home, like just where you live?
Say you don't go out dancing at the bar, right? You just get a little boozed up, and then you try to go dance, and then who gives a shit, basically.
Who gives a hoot?
Yeah.
No.
It's awesome. Like, get out of your comfort zone. You get, like, do stuff alone. Like, I'm learning this year specifically to do stuff alone. And it's great because I'm not comfortable doing it, but I'm enjoying it and I'm learning from it. So it's pretty cool. Like, I want to go snowboarding alone. I want to go travel Europe alone, and I think it'd be great. So that's getting out of my comfort zone because I always like going with friends. So it's just totally different.
So just do what you want to do and don't think about those little details such as being alone or anything. Yeah.
Exactly. Like, don't let other people control what you want to do. Just go do it.
And also, like, doing something is better than doing nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like that's also, like, that can define it pretty well. Getting out of your comfort zone.
For sure.
Yeah.
And I live by that every day. Like, I don't know. If it bothers me, I'll just get over it. So it's cool.
Don't feel self-conscious to talk to someone.
Makes you more
feel self-conscious to dance at the bar, like you just said.
Yeah.
Just do what you want to do. Who cares what other people think about?
Honestly, like, it's an attractive trait. Like, if you're confident in yourself and, like, not afraid to leave your comfort zone, people realize that. Like, that guy's cool.
Yeah.
Like, I want to hang out with that guy.
Yeah, and Joe just said that. It builds confidence.
Yeah. Did you just say that? I didn't hear you. Sorry.
Yeah, he said it, and then you went on to say it.
Oh, shit. Nice, Joe. You planted that seed in my brain. Nice.
Oh.
Sick. How about you guys? What's up?
Well, I have one. Joe, are you still there? Is your video and stuff working?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, I think it was frozen just for a second.
Just
Sits so still.
it does keep.
We're gonna
freezing
figure out
on
this
me.
video thing. We're gonna do it.
Yeah.
Yep.
God, this is awful right now, though.
So but we get to see this
We'll make it
beard,
work.
man.
Yeah.
Man, I'm not gonna get over it. This whole recording.
It made it all worth it.
He's stunned.
Okay, so this one, I think this is the most difficult question I've had to answer on the podcast. Which
Over your breakups?
yeah, like this one. No, I mean, if you think about it, you have to choose like one thing, like one piece of advice
You
out
one
of
shot.
all your life, out of all my 25 years.
One
which
opportunity.
isn't. I like the Eminem reference. I like it a lot. I mean, you have one thing to choose out of your whole life, one piece of advice.
True.
Like, I had to think about it for a while. And so like what I thought of is orient your life. So figure out figure out where you are in life and then set the path.
Damn.
And so I was thinking about, how to explain this. And the one thing that kept on coming back, Talon, I know you're going to appreciate this. I think all of us will, is, and you said, Bilbo Baggins?
Yeah.
I'm going to talk about Frodo. I'm going to talk about Lord of the Rings a
dude.
little
I
bit.
didn't even plan that.
So, yeah, we didn't plan this.
Sick.
I kept on thinking about when Frodo had to travel through the Mirkwood Forest.
Fobro?
Bilbo Baggins, yeah. And so he has to travel through this forest, and the forest is 250 miles wide and 600 miles long.
About tree fitty.
And this forest is, it's just rot and overgrowth. And there are streams going through it that are enchanted that cause slumber and forgetfulness. And the trees are like, I don't know, over 100 feet
there.
100 feet tall, and the canopies are so thick that no sunlight can get through. So it's like this dark place, right? But Bilbo Baggins has this one thing. He has this little vial, which is a light, and it was given to him by this elven queen. And he has this light, and it's this thing that's guiding him through this forest. And, that light basically is who you want to be in life. That's the light. So maybe your light's a little dim, maybe your light's really bright, who knows? So, you're traveling around and you have this light guiding you, and maybe you decide to look around and look back, and you look behind yourself and there's no path because you've just been stumbling through life in this slumber because you haven't taken the time. You haven't taken the time to really orient yourself, to orient where you are in life and like where you've come from. So there's no path behind you. Like you're just sleeping basically. So I think orient yourself. It can be depressing. Like you're probably going to be depressed for a couple weeks. And I don't use the term lightly. You're going to be depressed because you're going to look back at your life. And this is why a lot of people don't want to do it. It's because you're going to see sin. You're going to see addictive nature. You're going to see wrongdoing. You're going to see missed opportunities to do good. This is why a lot of people don't truly reflect on their life. But what's also there is there's good. And that good is what's going to like make that little vial, that little light brighter and make you realize who you want to be. So hold that little bit of good close to you. And then when you're going through this process a couple weeks later, you know, that low feeling of being depressed, it's going to start to go away. You're going to start to feel better. And then, which brings me to my quote, like the main point that I want to get across is, actually I'm going to pull it up so I don't mess it up. But
good call.
This is my favorite quote of all time. And it's by Stephen Grellet.
That's a bold statement.
Yeah, it's my favorite quote of all time. Like,
Nice.
best one
Bold
I've ever
strategy,
heard.
Cotton.
And it goes, I shall pass this way but once. Any good that I can do, or any kindness that I can show to any human being, let me do it now. Let me not defer nor neglect it, for I shall pass this way only once.
Damn, that's deep.
And
That's deep.
yeah, it's so, you know, to do good, like you're only going to go this path once. So like you want to do any good that you can. And one thing that got me thinking about is a lot of people, I think pretty much everyone here can agree that the human nature is selfish. Like we're all pretty selfish. But then I started thinking of like an example to use for this. And as I was going through this example, I think that's false. I think our human nature is to help other people. So like, you know, you say you want to do good, like someone's in a bad situation and you want to help them. Like all of us have heard of bystander syndrome. And there's some pretty brutal examples of bystander syndrome, but I'm just going to give an example of one that's more relatable. So say you're in the drive-thru of a fast food joint and the drive-thru is packed. You know, there's 3 cars ahead of you, 3 cars behind you, and it's full on either side. And you notice like 2 cars ahead, there's a guy with a flat tire. You know, this guy driving Toyota has a flat tire. And your first initial thought, like your first one is, hey, how can I help this guy? Like he needs help. But then like a split second later, your next thought is someone else will take care of it. Like it's not my problem. I think we can all agree with that, right?
Yeah.
100%.
Nobody got time for that.
So, and everyone around you is having the same thought process. Everyone who sees that flat tire sitting there, they're like, maybe he already knows, or, you know, someone else will help him out. Like, it's not my problem. It's okay. Like, it'll be fine. And say you don't say anything and no one else says anything. You know, the guy drives home and pulls up in his driveway, and then maybe he notices then that he has a flat tire. Like, sure, he's fine, but how do you feel? Like, do you feel okay with having done nothing?
I mean, I got my McNuggets and my Shamrock Shake, so yeah, I'm good.
But okay, so I'm gonna flip the script.
Okay.
So say
Switch
you notice the flat tire, same scenario and everything, same setting, and you know 30 seconds go by, maybe 60 seconds go by, and you're like, no one's helping. So you know what? You put your hazards on, put your car in park, and you get out, and then you like walk up to his car, you like wave to him or whatever, you know, be approachable, like, you know, because that can seem a little sketchy. So yeah, be tactful, and then, you know, knock on his window, wave, And then he rolls down the window, and you're like, hey, so I don't know if you know this, but your back tire is flat. And he or she can say one of two things. Like the first being, oh, I know, I'm about to go to the gas station and change my tire or fill up the flat. That can be the first thing. Or another thing, the person can say, oh, I had no idea. Like, thank you so much for telling me. And then you just go about your day. And,
Hi, Joe.
One thing, though,
Randy.
I guarantee if you're in this situation and, there are a ton of people around you watching this happen, they all went through the same thought process. I guarantee someone's probably going to pay for your meal. So bystander well, I say this because it's happened to me a couple times.
Experience.
Yeah.
Very nice.
This fucking guy.
Yeah. So any chance to do any good, you should do it because you're not going to cross the path again.
See,
Yeah.
I do that because I can get an Air Force medal out of it. So
Oh man, I'm just kidding.
I'm kidding.
So listening to that, I just want to emphasize that you're 100% correct. Saying like people's first thought normally is like it's a good thought. It's like, oh, that poor person, like they don't know that their tire's flat. Like that's their first thought.
Yeah.
I bet there's probably very, very few people in the world who's like, ha, look at that flat tire. No, like probably almost majority of the people are gonna be like, uh-oh, like he has a flat tire. But yeah, then they go into like, so that's their first thought. Like they care about that other individual, but then it's like, oh, someone else will get it. Yeah. But like as by nature, I think most humans are pretty selfless just in their first thought like that.
But yeah, it's that second thought that comes out like a split second later that tells you, oh, it's going to be okay. Like, it's not a big deal. It's not my problem. Someone else will take care of it.
It's not
They're
that
gonna
bad.
be okay. It's not that bad. But so I guess basically my whole point is like the way, and this is just the most basic way to make the world better, to make your life better, and to create that path. Because you oriented yourself now, right? You have that light of who you want to be. You're in this forest, and now you just need to set the path for yourself. And I think the basic way to do that is just like the basic way to create lasting and tangible change in your life is each day set the path. Like, who do you want to be? What kind of person do you want to be? And are you going to take action? Or are you just going to be a bystander? Like, what are you going to do? I think that's the most basic way to make the world a better place. And that's why that quote means so much to me, and that's why that's my one piece of advice.
I like it,
dude.
I like it a lot. I'm
That's
just really hoping this mic doesn't pick up the dog slurping water right upstairs.
Probably will.
It will now
It's-
that you
it's a
mentioned
dog.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bear's birthday is tomorrow.
Oh my
Today.
God.
Today.
How dare you.
Today?
How dare you
Oh,
speak
Happy
like
birthday,
that.
Bear.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
that's cool, man. That's a good point. Yeah. I don't have much to say. You
You
explained
nailed it.
pretty well.
Yeah,
You freaking nailed it,
I don't think
dude.
there's too much more to say on that.
Yeah, it makes
other
me
than
feel
being
like,
repetitive.
Makes me feel like a nincompoop.
Hey, your advice is really good too. I mean,
Oh, thanks.
a lot of people are just stuck
Yeah,
in their
that's
comfort
facts.
zone, man.
Thanks,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
All right, how about you three nitwits?
So I guess I have something that kind of contradicts Jared.
This is gonna be great,
Bring
dude.
it
I'm gonna
on.
take just
Oh, send it.
It's not like
Fight.
contradictory as in like don't be a good person, but it's more contradictory in being the selflessness versus the selfishness. So my thing that I would tell my younger self would be to be a bit more assertive and confrontational.
Beep, beep.
So not insertive, assertive. So Randy's dying. But so what I mean by that though is that there's a lot of people who struggle with this, and myself included, is being a bit too passive in life, which allows people to kind of walk all over you.
Yeesh.
And you got to know when to step up to other people and kind of say or realize that you're being either mistreated or just being taken for granted.
Or overworked.
Like if you're always yes,
Hell yeah.
absolutely. Yep. Like if you keep saying yes to literally everything and you never say no, someone can like ask you for help day in day out, and they might not put in the same amount of effort. This happens a lot at work for me, and that's really off-putting. And you need to know when to stand your ground and kind of stand up for yourself. happened to me back when I was growing up. I was just never confrontational. I never wanted to be the person to say, hey, this isn't right, or approach someone and tell them how I really felt, which, again, it's going to allow everyone to step all over you.
Yeah.
And I know
Yeah,
I'm not
I
the
agree
only one
with
who
that.
struggles with that.
Yeah, no, I see that happen at my job a lot, with me included. And the big thing is when you say yes all the time, when you say yes every time, you know, when you get asked to do extra work and do something, all of a sudden it becomes the normal, and then
Right.
it's not acceptable to say no. And then you're looking at it like, what's with the problem of me saying no? I've done all this extra work, but to them, it's just become the norm.
Right, exactly. And that's not to say that you should, never step up and try to be more than what you can be, but it's to know when you're being taken advantage of.
Right.
Yeah.
100%.
Has anyone else struggled with that, or is that
yeah,
just me here?
dude.
Yeah.
I think
I
we
mean,
all
yeah,
have. I
man.
think everybody
No,
has.
absolutely.
Unless
Yeah.
you're just a
Yep.
dick.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
Sometimes you gotta be a dick, though. That's the thing.
Yeah,
I think that's
exactly.
the point
Honestly,
Joe's trying to
like,
get at.
you know, if I send a message to my friend group and be like, "Hey, let's go out drinking," and someone's just like, "Nah, I'm not going to go out tonight."
Mm.
That's fine. Like that's them saying,
Yeah.
"I just don't want to go out, so I'm not going to."
Yeah.
And who am I to say,
Right.
"Oh, don't be a bitch. Or come out and hang out with us." You're like, "You never come out." Like, who cares, dude? That's what they want to do. Like,
Yeah. They're being honest to you.
yeah, they're being honest.
It's better than them.
Yeah.
I mean, there's people out there that just come up with an excuse, which I mean, fine, like that, but you don't have to go through that much effort.
I would
Just-
rather you just tell me no, I'm
Yeah.
not going
Straight
because
up
I
say
don't
no.
want to, or then make up a lie like, "No, I gotta clean my house" or some shit.
Yeah, it's like,
Like,
we all
yeah,
know
it's
you're
like
just
straight
watching
up say
Netflix.
no.
Yeah, right, yeah. That's a good point,
Right.
Joe.
What? Yeah. Why torture yourself to do something that you don't want to do if
Yeah.
you're really not up for it?
Yeah.
Yeah, because at that point you're kind of letting other people control your life and your actions, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yep.
And
Take
I mean,
control of your own life.
so like you don't have to be an aggressive person to be active and not passive. However, I know like a majority of aggressive people are naturally more confrontational and more active and less passive in conversation and stuff. But yeah, you don't necessarily have to be like that aggressive person. But yeah, I really like that point.
I think it
Absolutely.
also ties perfectly into what Jared was saying before with his quote, too, because if you're constantly doing things for other people and you don't have time to do the things for yourself, how are you supposed to find your path? When you're
Yes.
constantly helping out others, how are you
Yes.
supposed to help yourself? You can't push yourself forward.
100%. And so
Yes.
Hundo, dude.
So, going back onto that really quick, my point is very basic, right? And it's just basically saying, try to be a good person. I mean, at the roots of it, that's basically what it's saying, how you could sum it up. And that's important because once you actually start having more control and more power in your life, what's that going to be based off of? Is it going to be based off of something good or something like just completely selfish? All these people who I like to argue a lot, especially with like politics and stuff, they don't really have that basic practice of just being a good person, of setting a good path for themselves and the people around them. So it's like, maybe you should figure that out. That way, once you have more power later on in life or in your job, and you have more leadership, all of that is based off of something good.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, to step up and be that confrontational person, sometimes, like, say when you're a leader and you have people who are working under you, there are other people who will try to take advantage of those who you supervise. And sometimes you need to be that confrontational person to stand up for those who are working for you.
Yeah.
So
that's
it's a
great
quality
point.
of a good leader.
Boom, nailed it.
Hell yeah, brother.
Hell yeah,
Nailed
brother.
it.
All right, I want to hear Talon. 'cause
Hell
he's
yeah,
pretty
brother.
smart.
You want to hear mine? So
Yeah.
I have a lot of
Invest in Bitcoin.
yeah. I have a lot of little ones that like honestly doesn't matter too much, but there's only probably one big one. So yeah, little ones like invest in Bitcoin at $5. Do it.
Oh my god!
I would have told my 13-year-old
Yeah.
self, do it.
Put all your money in it.
Everything you have.
Yeah, exactly. Study more, little things like that. But all that stuff doesn't matter too much. So for me, it really is just like, for me, the only thing that I would really tell my younger self is spend more time doing the things that you love and spending time with the people that you love. And even now, I tell myself that more and more. Like, for example, like, you might not have the energy to want to go spend time with someone, but there's someday that you're not going to have that time to do it. So take advantage of it now. Like, I mean, just for example, like yesterday, I wasn't in a good mood. I just wanted to sit there and watch TV pretty much in the entire morning. But my dog was just like, I want to go on a walk. She was screaming at me. Just like, I don't want to go on a walk. You're so annoying. You're so annoying. But I took her on a walk, and I just sat there in the park with her. And it's just like those little moments in life, because it's like someday, like 10 years down the road, you're not going to have those moments anymore. Yeah. So you need to take advantage of that now. And it's just, you want to think back in those 10 years and think back at all those memories, whether it be your dog, your family, or anything like that, because you can keep telling yourself, like, you can tell your younger self stuff like, oh, invest in Bitcoin, little things like that, buy property, do, like, go to school, do this instead, do whatever like that. But all of that stuff, that's just for little enjoyments in life. But the things that are limited in time is life. That's just it. And that's other people's lives, not just your own. So truly take more advantage of that. We talked about it, like, in losing, like, and like dealing with loss episode a little bit too. Right. It's just like, take advantage of the time that you have with those people that you love in life. And don't get caught up in the day-to-day grind of the little things in life. Oh, I gotta make my money today. Gotta get that bread. No, just take that time off. Go spend time with your parents.
Are you telling us to not worry about money right now,
dude?
Sometimes
honestly, like, you have to just prioritize those things.
You aren't taking your money with you to the grave. So. Yeah, exactly. Nope. But that's the thing, though. That's also one reason why money is so powerful, because money gives you options in life. It gives you that time back, because guess what? Because you do need to live in life. But that's why we talk about stuff like the financial minimalism and stuff like that, because if you wanted to, you could retire early, and instead of working up until you're like 70 years old, you could stop working at the age of like 30, and you could spend all of those years doing the things that you love, doing the things that you care about with the people that you care about, instead of worrying about those little day-to-day nuances of life, of just trying to survive. Like, yes, you still need money throughout life and everything. And I'm saying, like, even if I did retire, or whoever retired at like 30, you can still go work and go do whatever you want, go make money, get, like, just do, but you have the option to do what you love at that point. Yeah. So like that's one reason why, like, yes, I do care about like earning money and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, life is limited. So spend that time with the people that you love.
You know, I struggle with that a lot, actually. I live 15 minutes away from my parents, and my mom just texted me, I think yesterday or 2 days ago. She's like, you know, it's been over a month since you've came to see me. I'm like, oh, sorry.
Dude, I called Grandma, too. I called Grandma yesterday, and she's like, I haven't even seen Joe for so long. I was like...
You know, I was on quarantine, okay.
I was like, well, Grandma, he's working nights.
Joe Fist.
And, like, he's on different schedule, which you are... But at the same time, you just call him Joe Fist. I appreciate that.
Joe Fist.
Yeah. Get your ass up there and go see Grandma.
I agree. I do struggle with it, and I make a lot of excuses, but I need to focus on it more.
Shame.
For shame.
Cool. No, that's a good point, though, Talon. It's like, there's limited time. That's one thing that's definite in this life, is that you only have so much time.
Yep.
So, yeah, make the most of it. Be the best person you can be. Get out of your comfort zone. Make the most out of your time by not letting other people dictate your life. Boom!
Hell yeah, brother.
Randy, you're up. How can I wrap it in?
All right. So I would say my number one thing I would tell myself, and this was easy. The second you guys suggested this, I thought of it right off the bat. Work harder.
Yeah.
Work harder at the things you love. Because there's always somebody who is trying to work harder than you. There's always someone who's trying to do better than you. And I use this example a lot, but I'm going to use baseball as an example again. I was very good. I was a very good baseball player. When you look at the overall scheme of things and the millions of people who are trying to make it, I wasn't that good.
Yeah,
I could have been. But I thought, oh, I don't need to put in the extra work. Talent alone will get me there.
Never.
No, it won't. If you want to do something big, if you want to do something like that, and that goes for anything, anything that you love, do as much work as you can. Put in the hard work. Put in the extra hours. Put in the extra time, because you need to you need to do those things for yourself, because I think I could have been something big, and I kind of squandered it because I thought I was good enough and I wasn't. So that's my one big lesson to myself is just work harder, put in the extra time.
I think people struggle with that in day-to-day life all the time because it's so easy to get in the mindset of that, hey, I already worked hard enough today. I worked my 8 hours. I did whatever. I'm just going to sit, watch Netflix for the rest of the day. But man, it's tough. Like it's really, really hard to get out of that mindset. But the thing is, I think that once you do get out of that mindset and you just work and work and work and improve yourself as much as possible, that's your new hobby. That's what you enjoy at that point, and it just becomes part of daily life. It's just really hard to get out of that.
That's
rut,
really
I guess.
That's really good.
So would you say?
And it's super rewarding.
Yeah.
Would you say you need to be the best person you can be by taking time to do the things you love and working harder at them without letting people tell you what to do and get out of your comfort zone?
What I think
that's the key to life.
So Randy, I think
that's the wrap up. We're done.
I think I really like the work harder, and I think it's something that we see a lot. It's all over social media is like work harder and the grind and stuff like that. I think a lot of people could really learn and maybe research delayed gratification. I feel like that would help a lot because people I think a lot of a big problem with our society today is everything is so instant. Bless you.
Bless you.
Instant. Almost fell out of the chair.
Because everything on our phones and stuff, we don't have to send paper mail anymore. We don't have to go through the post office or anything. We can, get on our phone and in an instant we can video chat with someone or text someone, connect with people. Everything is so instant in today's society. So delayed gratification isn't really practiced anymore. And
what do you mean by delayed gratification?
Delayed gratification. So
I don't need a whole Webster's dictionary. Just
you put in work and you don't get a reward for it instantly.
Oh, yeah.
A
so
good
you're saying
story
it's okay to not get a reward right off the bat.
People struggle with that.
Yeah.
Got to get those likes though.
No.
And a good story
get those likes.
Or a good example is with the Grammy nominations and stuff. I think it was Will Smith who got a Grammy. I'm not sure. That could be wrong. I don't know.
Probably never happened.
His son asked him, "Hey, what did you get this for?" And he was like, "Oh, remember 2 years ago when I was working really hard and I wasn't able to be home for a little while? That's what it was." So that's him. He went through I think on a podcast and talked about delayed gratification and mentioned that story. It's really good.
Will Smith's actually really smart.
Yeah.
Gone through some shit.
My boy's
Big
wicked
smart.
smart.
Big smart. Wicked smart.
Smart pack.
Yeah.
But yeah,
work harder.
That work harder, I think, is so repetitively said online and everything like that, and everyone reads it and knows what to do, but it's the practice of actually doing it that nobody wants to do.
Because it's in the term.
There's
it's
not
hard.
I think
there's not a cheat sheet
It is.
for it either.
No.
I think the problem is people think they're doing it and they're not.
Exactly.
I thought I was. I thought I was at the time, and I wasn't. And again, I'm using the same baseball example. I thought I was working hard enough to get where I needed to be, and I was not. And I think you have to realize that there's always more you can give.
You know what is
Yep.
So what stood out to me is at work when you're grinding and you're stressed, right? Or say you do AP classes in high school or something, right? It's hard. But then you get to college and it's even harder. And you miss the time when it wasn't as hard as you thought it was.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's that's important to understand. You can always go more.
Yeah.
So you can always still send it.
You can
Go
always
full
send.
send.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know Dwayne The Rock actually made a great speech about working harder. I will. Give me a second. But yeah, this man right here. I think he talked.
Oh my god,
Bro, I love that.
he always has them on deck, ready to go.
He
every
will
time.
be right here in the future. Don't worry.
Yes.
My inspiration. But I believe it was him who was talking about when he was up and coming, how he would only get 4 hours of sleep a day because he was always trying to be better than the person who was working against him, right?
But that's also
Because there's
hard.
always going to be.
I
It
need
is,
sleep.
but
I need sleep. I value sleep.
Do you, or
Yes.
is that
Sleep's big.
No,
somewhat an excuse?
I need sleep.
Okay.
I can't function without
I
sleep.
feel like there's a lot of people like stuff like being tired and being like a lot of it's very superficial. And once you put in the effort and the time and you just get into that habit and that routine, you realize, hey, I don't need 10 hours of sleep a day, because some people.
I'm not talking 10.
No, I know. Like even 8 hours, dude. Like
I need 8.
for the longest time, I got 8 hours, and then I just stopped. Like I started doing 6 hours, and was just like, man, I have the same amount of energy, but guess what? I have 2 more hours to do stuff during the day. That's a lot of time to do stuff.
Bro, like I physically cannot
There's-
function with that.
Everyone
There's
is
a
different with
difference
sleep.
between tired and
but-
exhausted.
Yeah.
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 Yeah,
Uh,
but like a good example of this, I thought about this too on top of my analogy before, was the podcast. Like so for those who don't know, I'm in a hockey tournament. I played a game last night, played a game this morning, and then it's 2:00 here p.m. And I have a game at 11:15 tonight. Like I would rather not do this podcast
Jeez.
today, at all.
Yeah.
But I'm here doing it because I enjoy it, and I'm gonna work hard at this because I believe in it. I want it to be successful.
Doesn't it also feel good to be
Send.
constantly doing stuff?
It does.
Yeah.
Like it
Yeah.
honestly feels so great. I hate having downtime during the day
Yeah.
because you just feel lazy. You don't want to. You're not inspired to do anything. It feels so good to constantly be on the move doing something.
I'm not gonna lie though, like I am craving a day because I've been studying for that tech test for like past 3 weeks. Like every downtime I had, it was studying. I want to just like binge Harry Potter and drink beer all day. Like that's just what I want to do for one day. Do absolutely nothing,
But
cuddle my cat.
that's what you like. You're thinking about that. You clearly want that.
Yeah,
You're not just like living. You're not just like living through a normal day and just like, I don't want to work today. I'm just gonna sit here and watch Harry Potter. It's not just like a spur of the moment, but you're
Yeah.
thinking about that. It's like I
Yeah.
want this. I'm
Yeah.
gonna dedicate and you're probably planning it out. It's like I'm gonna dedicate this day to do it.
And
Yes.
that
So
that is delayed gratification.
Yeah.
Like you're thinking of this
It
day,
is.
you want a day off
Boom.
to just veg out.
Yes,
But you're putting in the work. You're sacrificing some sleep. Like you're putting in the work now, so that way when you're done with this, everything that needs to be done right now, you can take that day.
Yeah.
Like you can do that. That's delayed gratification right there.
it's the birthday.
You're so smart today.
Yep.
Oh, I
And
see
you
a
can
dog.
feel good about what you did in
There's
the
the dog.
past.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Damn. Thanks for making me not feel like a lazy fat piece of shit.
You earned it.
Thanks.
and what was the other point I was gonna make?
I don't know. Bear's here kind of threw us all off.
Yeah.
Bear!
It's
It's
her
a
birthday. She can have
birthday.
camera time.
Yeah.
She doesn't, but
But yeah, there's a bunch of good points that are being made today, and I think if anyone's younger than us, like even 20s, like I mean we're all in our 20s, but like just like 20, that take these like honestly listen to these, and like you will go so far.
And I have to interrupt you for a second. I have to mention or have to reference the like
Earl
know
Nightingale.
your friends and the people you spend the most time with.
Mm.
That episode that we did on being around the right people, surrounding yourself with the right people, like that.
Yes.
They will help push you, and you have like a baseline of how hard you think you should work, Randy, like your point. And once you hang around with people who kind of like who work harder than you, then your baseline for the amount of work that you should do in the day, it goes up.
Yeah.
Like yeah.
Yeah.
When you hang around with, I can't talk anymore. I'm done. I'm out.
Well, that's a good point.
Jared's done. Yeah.
So here's something
he
I
talked a
tried-
long time on his story before.
Yeah.
That was it.
It was huge. It was long.
Mm.
Huge. Here's
Huge.
the thing
Huge.
that drives me bonkers with you, dude. Is I don't know how you do it. Talking about this sleep. It'd be like 10 o'clock at night. This man goes, "Hey, you want to go to the gym at like 6 a.m.?" Like, bro, what? No, if I was gonna go to the gym at 6, I would have been in bed like 2 hours ago. Like, why are you telling me this now? But he'll do it. Like, he'll wake up
Yeah.
early on a lack of sleep and go grind and then still do a full work day. And I'm like, I don't get how you're doing that. But it's inspiring to see. So,
It is.
I just
Gotta
like
get
waking.
swole.
I like waking up early because you can go a couple more hours without dealing with anyone's BS. you
yeah.
know?
So I played hockey today.
That's
8 a.m. on a Saturday. Oh, I left at 8. I played a game at 9 a.m. on Saturday. And I left at 10. And like it was nice and fresh air out. It was like 50 degrees. It was a little crisp. No one on the road still. It was Saturday morning. I was like, this is great. I love this feeling right here. Like
Mhm.
the world is mine.
the world slows down. So like early in the morning, no one's doing anything.
Yeah.
Businesses are closed. Like
Yeah.
even at
Oh,
nighttime, bars are
great.
open, restaurants are open. But early in the morning, nothing's going on. It's your time to
I-
do whatever you want.
I challenge whoever's listening to this episode. wake up early
Oh, shit.
one day this weekend. Like I'm talking 6, 7 a.m. and then just go out and like go do something. And you'll understand how like calm the world is on a weekend morning. It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
That morning air slaps, bro.
Yo, yeah, it slaps hard, boy.
It really does, though.
Bottle it up.
Yeah. Sweet. So I think we're gonna go ahead and wrap this bad boy up. We made a lot of good points, and we're not gonna just drag it out just for the sake of hearing our voices anymore. So hopefully you like the video. Is Bear still by you?
Nah, she left.
Nah, she gone. We gonna put her on camera, but she gone.
She was on camera. I got her nose.
She gone.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, I did
Well,
see.
Boop. Hopefully you guys found some value in this episode, and like I said, challenge you to do that and take what we say to heart. Like try and do it. So thanks for listening.
And boom goes the dynamite.